Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is March 28th, Friday. I just put the receiver on the wrong plug, right? That means the light still goes on, right? The light still goes on, but I just listening back then for some testing, and then the sound is very small, and then I realized I put it in the wrong plug, right? I put it in the charging, right? Not on the receiver plug, right? So the market is shaking because Trump will put on 25% tariff on all the cars import to US from April 2nd. That means few days after. But very quickly, I realized that some of the stocks related to that field are not affecting and rise up as well. The first one, then we have this stock is called Auto, right? It's rise up 3% yesterday. And then another one that today we are going to discuss is Ferrari, right? No one don't know Ferrari, right? It's from Italy. But why? Because all the vehicles from Ferrari manufactured in Italy. So what's that special to this stock? We know that then it's a car and then racing car for racing and then for luxury, right? Why is it special, right? So today we are going to examine very quickly on the selling price and the percentage of different countries of the car import to US, and then what is the performance of this stock. Just have the performance than 1 month before, right? We are going to have a short outlook of that, right? Okay, then our Falcon portfolio not affected a lot, but this morning, Taiwan, Japan got a very sharp drops on the stock market because we know that, right? For Japan, Toyota, Honda, a lot of their vehicles import to US. There will be a big effect on that, right? That will be a bad effect, right? That's what it is, right? Even Hong Kong stock market dropped it by 200 points, right? So our Falcon portfolio not much changed, 113%. And any of you have any comment, please leave under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. Quite a nice car, right? Ferrari, right? So Trump's car tariffs is nothing on Ferrari. We'll come to that. I think that is only a start, right? Only a start, because then a lot of countries will fight back. So don't buy the dip too early. So yesterday Dow Jones dropped it by 155 points. Finally, Nasdaq dropped it by 94 points, but I think that is only a start, right? This is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, then not a lot of change to our stock. We don't have car stocks. But we do have one stock called Auto. That is a very good stock. We hold this stock for 2.5 years, and then we got a return of 72%. And yesterday it rose at 3%. It's selling the auto parts, but not only in US, in Mexico and in Canada and in Brazil as well, right? So the money driver is not only from US, right? So she is very careful, right? I love this stock very much, right? I don't even need to always look at the stock, right? Something like that. Then she automatically earns money for you, right? You can see that for past 2.5 years, then increased by 72%. I didn't touch it, right? I didn't touch it. Don't sell it, not added any stock, but she do very good, right? And also with the current prices, we bought it at the time was 222. at 2,220. But now today the stock price is 3,828 already. All right. Okay, news first, right? India seems slowing down, right? See that? What I underline is the GDP of India fell to 14% for last year, right? When the scheme was launched, the GDP increment was 15%, right? I think that this was quite different from 20 years China before, because all we know that US is different now, right? Trump is going to get everything back to US. But at the time, 20 years before, right, then a lot of production goes to China. And US first, and then Europe, and then others, Japan, Taiwan, something like that. So the time is different. But I think that no matter what, India will grow up, right, but not as quickly or not as sharp as China before, right? We have to admire that the world changed, right? Chinese President Xi then meets with global executive in Beijing. Then we talk about this already, right? It's going to make this tariff war not very important, right? And then the outline of the meeting is to tell them that China will be better, right? A lot of people will spend more gradually, and then there will be strategies, will be policy, something like that, right? But from my point of view is that China is the world's manufacturer, right? The world's factory, global factory. If she loses those business, then all other things lose the engine, right? All the other things, all the other sectors lose the engine, right? Manufacturing to earn the foreign exchange money is the most important part for all the other engines, like the property, like the finance, right? All are depend on that money flow into China. If that's gone, then others will gone, right? No matter what you said. And the consumer spending will also slow down as well. We just talked about it, right? And in Japan, this morning dropped at more than 800 points. Taiwan drops, right? And then yesterday Europe dropped, right? Then we will take a quick look on different countries' car import to US. From CNBC, the auto tariff put markets in reverse gear. Not only the cars, also the spare parts, right, of the cars, not only cars, right? See that? This is the car value of US import in last year. Those are the top 10s, right? You can see that the top one is Mexico. The top one is Mexico. Then is Japan. Of course, we know that Mexico, a lot of cars go for Mexico and then goes into US because of the no tariff at that time, right? And the most dramatic one is China, right? You see that China last year only 1.7%, but a lot of China's vehicles are from go through Mexico first and then go into US for the low tariff. But this is not anymore. So Mexico 22.8, and Japan, we know that the number one car brand in the world, right, is Toyota, the number one. So she will be heavily affected. Then is South Korea and Canada, and then Germany as well, right? Germany mainly is car business, right? And UK is more, right? And then Italy, then most is Ferrari, right? We will talk about that, right? So we just talk about it, right? Japan stock hit losses in regions, right? This morning, Nikkei dropped at 800 points. I just paying this game, right? But I joined the Ubisoft monthly plan, just 88 Hong Kong dollar per month, just 88. Then maybe I finish few games and then I can stop it, right? So it's good. And then actually that Assassin's Creed Shadows is a very good game, right? And then I'm very happy to see that Ubisoft just announced that she will set up a new subsidiaries focus on their famous games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, right? Actually, those three series are very good series. I don't want them to do this a big, this piece a big, this piece a bit. No, lost the focus, right? And then I'm happy to hear that they focus on their great series so far, right? Once they did 1 or 2 games per year, that is hot selling, then she earned all the monies. It's no need for so many games then, but some of them are garbage, rubbish, right? No one pay for that, right? You know that you have to invest a lot of money into one game, but you never know then it will sell or not unless it's been launched, right? But once that, then you lost the money already, right? So that's quite cool, right? And Tencent will invest 1.16 billion euro into the unit. That is small amount, right? 1.16 billion euro is small amount, right? Doesn't matter. So we go into Ferrari, right? We know that Ferrari, racing car. Ferrari is from her family, right? And then this company established it on 1949, right? From the family. And then we know that she is famous or monopoly for racing car, luxury. And I think a lot of people know that all the cars from Ferrari manufactured back in Italy, right? Not like the others, like Toyota, Tesla, right? All of them, they manufactured around the world. But Ferrari, only back in Italy to keep the standard, the high standard, because it's for racing. It's for racing and luxury, so safety is very important, right? But then we know that making in Italy, the cost is sky high, right? But that's what a luxury product does, right? It doesn't matter, right? You buy my cars, right? Not I ask you to buy and you buy my car because you want to have the racing. You want to anticipate in the racing, then you buy my car, right? That is her concept, right? Last year, then the company sold 13,752 cars, not a lot, but she earned a lot of money. And Trump already said, in US, don't raise the selling price of the car because of the tariff. But Ferrari just said that she will put up the price by 10% on some models. It will disregard what Trump said. You buy my car or you not buy my car, right? So that is a luxury brand should do, right? You buy my car. I'm not begging you to buy my car, right? I won't manufacture the car in US. You can choose not to buy my car, but you will buy their car, right? Because then she is Ferrari. That is the 3 models launched last year. Very awesome, right? You can see that, wow, right? If you driving that car with your girlfriend, then you will have some, you will have pride, right? wow, right? Everyone then look at you, right? Look at your girlfriend, look at the car, right? But be careful, the car may be scratched by some by some bad guys, right? With baseball caps, I don't know, right? We look at the actually then Ferrari then also in US stock market. You can see that for the past 5 years, the stock price increased by 1.8 times. Very excellent performance, right? But past 1 year, of course, we know that, right? Because of tariff, a lot of things then dropped it by 2.8%, right? It doesn't matter. And Ferrari worries on expectations tariff costs will be passed on to consumers, right? She have the confidence, right? No way, she is Ferrari. I checked this on the internet. I don't know the currency. I think that currency is in US dollar, right? For the past 5 years, the average selling price of Ferrari's cars is about 368,000 US dollar. A lot of money because it's more than 2 million Hong Kong dollar, 2.6 million Hong Kong dollar. And the you just look down, right? You can see that just the last one, Ferrari SF90. Wow, the selling price is 600,000. I'm presuming this is US dollar. That is about 5 million Hong Kong dollar. So that's what Ferrari is. And she will have a dividend, right? But relatively small. You can see that the annual dividend is only less than $3 euro, only 2.986. Why not give $3? I don't know. Ask her. Don't ask me. We take a look on the quarter report, right? Maybe if we take the chance, then we may introduce this in our Hong Kong channel, right? See that in 2023 last quarter compared to 2024 last quarter, or the whole year of 23 to 24, you can see that she won't lose money. No need to worry, right? Just how many car then she sell, then she earn that money. See that in Europe increased it, no problem. In US also increased it, no problem. So expensive, you see that. But in China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, the only region decreased it because of China. You see that? The only region decreased it is China. And then the west of Asia also increased it. Korea, of course, South Korea, and Japan, the other areas increased it. Only China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan decreased it. Mainly is because of China. So for 2024, revenue, wow, increased by 11.8%. And the diluted earning per share, wow, increased by 22%. With the free cash flow also increased by 10%. Shipments, number of cars, so a small increment, just 0.7%, right? And then EBIT increased by 16.7%, and the EBITDA increased by 12.1%. I think that's good enough. And for finance, right? $1 of EBITDA to cover 0.6 of debt. I think that's okay, right? Not excellent, not very good, right? You can see that few years before is 1.2, but now $1 EBITDA only need to cover 0.6. Few years before in the COVID-19 period, $1 need to cover $1.2 of debt. That is too much. But now I think it's okay. But the guidance is very weak, right? See that for 2025, they predict the revenue only increased by 5%, right? That's okay, right? But the adjusted diluted earnings per share only increased by 2%, because 2024 is 24%, 22%, right? But the point is like that. The point is like that is because I don't think that she will only put up 10%. I think at the end of the day, gradually, all the Ferrari modern models, she will put up the price, and not only by 10%. I think she will put up more than 25%. At the end of the day, you will still buy it, right? You buy it or not buy it, right? Or you don't need to anticipate or join the racing, then you don't need to buy, right? But I think at the end of the day, the people still will buy it. No one can absorb 25%. See the Tesla net profit margin just about 10%. So how can you absorb 25%? Tesla also making cars in Shanghai and Berlin, right? We know that a lot of the cars is sold locally, but some of the cars will go back to US. Who can afford? That means if Trump is asking the US car dealers do not raise the money, then she need to close the business, right? Because that will be a loss. That is a huge challenge to Toyota, right? And then now Toyota said, I will establish the factory in US. How long will it take? 1 year, 2 years? And how expensive that will be, right? You know that the labor cost, all the things in US is expensive, right? And lucky then we do not have car stock, right? That's lucky to us, right? So I hope the guys then holding those stock are doing fine, and then the car makers, dealers then have a heavy a lot of cars import to US as the mainstream doing fine, right? That is a huge threat to their business. Some of them may close. I'm not joking. Some of them may close. No one will buy a car that 100% made in US. It's too expensive. Unless that is a very special car. Like for racing, like for manufacturing, then is another thing, right? But if just for normal car or just for EV, no one can afford to buy it, right? Too expensive. Like if Nike, if the whole Nike or Lululemon made in US, then what will be the price of running shoes? 500 US dollar? Like Lululemon. What will be the selling price of ladies yoga suit? 1,000 US dollar? Will you buy it? Right. So this is not making sense. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and then like, comment, share are welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe as well, right? Okay, thanks guys for watching, and then I hope all of you have a very peaceful weekend. See you guys on next Friday. Bye bye.